Hello and welcome to the club. I'm your host Mars, and this is the Upper 90 Club, a roundtable podcast where five friends discuss the Columbus Crew. On this episode, we review the Miami game from last Wednesday that I was at and Ben wasn't. We're gonna
tip of the hat to that.
We're gonna hear more about the hat that you found on the side of the road later in this episode.
Stickering it up, baby.
We're gonna review the Philly game from Saturday, and we've got all the other goodies, thoughts and players. We've got the internet to read. We've got our predictions, and of course, I'm referring to how many minutes we will go with a goalkeeper. Proper goalkeeper before subbing in a outfield player due to yellow card accumulation or red card to 100 extra Romero. Coming up this Saturday against Caleb Porter's New England Revolution, making the return home. So we'll do our predictions there. We also have a Run Club update, and we find out if the Crew 2 made the playoffs. I feel like I've been on a journey listening to Bird's his emotions going up and down over the last few weeks. It was down to the wire. He was on a wire. Bird on a wire. Bird on a wire. Many people are saying it was not in our hands or talons, but we'll find out. We'll find out what happened. With me in the club are Ben, Mort, Trey, and Haas. Say hey, guys.
Hello.
Sorry we're late.
Tuesday night.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's
Hi,
not
everybody.
Sunday. It's not Sunday.
It's not.
Taco Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday. Boy, where do you guys want to start? I want to start just real quick and say I had a great time at the game. I had not been to a game in Columbus since the inaugural match 2021 against the Revolution, Bruce Arena's Revolution, and I think that was a 2-2 draw and a draw as many beers as you can draw out of the ice bucket during the great cash register meltdown of 2021.
I love that.
Had a great time. Ben was sick? Question mark.
Yeah. Man,
Oh, yeah.
supposedly.
I've got all sorts of things. I need to go to the doctor or hospital.
But we met up at Wolf's Ridge, and then we hung out at the Haas spot. I ran into all the Columbus Crew podcast glitterati at this game. I met Morgan, who has graciously made my my Halloween costume that I'm wearing here. We may talk about that later or not. I met Patrick Murphy from Massive Report also on the way out. So yeah, great time seeing everyone. The game we'll talk about later. It was exciting. It took years off my life. But yeah, good to see you guys.
Likewise.
I'm glad I didn't see you.
I told Haas after, I was just like, man, it's like Haas is like a security blanket. Just so good to spend 90 minutes just listening to him yell at people.
My favorite thing.
And I like to encourage, I'm just like, preach, there were so many boys at this game.
It was a high factor for that Miami game. That was
one such demo that is predisposed to the wearing the Messi jersey and knowing nothing about Miami or anything else. I think I don't think I'm going to make any enemies here. I don't know that this is accurate, but I saw some Brutus Buckeyes just trolling soccer fans. It was questionable what their motives were, but I almost murdered one of them.
The know-it-all
Yeah.
that I had to be reminded of because I
yeah.
didn't remember that incident.
We won't get. Oh, and I saw long-time listener, longer time friend, Rob Thomas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Got a selfie with Rob Thomas. And we hung out with the Harmons, and I was glad to get a fully fingered Swedish fish from one of their children to use as a red card. at a few opportune moments. But anyway, just so glad to hang with you guys. So I guess we should talk more about Miami. Did I miss anything about the pregame that I failed to mention? Messi played. We'll talk about that. That was kind of up in the air, but
started.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's get into it. Trey, why don't you set it up?
Hey, what happened?
Facts that could save your life.
Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024, in the overly crowded confines of Lower.com, the weather was a beautiful 70 degrees at kick as the crew faced off against Inter Miami and the silver sneakers of Messi and his Barcelona friends in front of a reported 20,815 boys.
That gotta be a record.
Boys. So,
boys
for context, what was the number at the last game?
What's a boy?
Okay, so the number for the next game against Philadelphia was actually larger, which I'm starting to question.
They were there to see Gazdag.
Yeah.
20,788. It was a Saturday game, though. So that's...
I don't care.
And the prices were a lot lower.
I don't care. You're going to tell me that only 27 more people went, or 37 more people went and saw Messi?
There was a lot of... There were
quite
a few of those
what about
$2,000 seats that were empty.
What's the average? Because you said overcrowded, and I was just going to say that it seemed like they were moving chairs around.
20,250. How about that?
Yeah, so I think they put the 600 extra people just in front of me and Haas.
It's usually about 20,700-800 is what it has been reported as.
Okay. All right.
This just seemed more overcrowded because there's lots of pink everywhere.
They probably put them all in the those party decks or whatever.
The stats were pretty much split, with the crew leading in total shots on target, accurate long balls, and accurate pass percentage. And of course, they led in the mythical feels like of soccer, XG, with a 1.90 to 1.19 advantage. And of course, with the game ending up with a 2-3 scoreline in favor of Miami. Haas, hit us with those lineups.
Crew started with Rossi, Cucho, and Ramirez up top, Arston, Nagby, Matan, and Farsi across the middle, Amundsen, Camacho, Morera in the back, and Schulte in goal. I'd say that's pretty much our first team lineup.
Yeah, with the Zawadzki injury.
Yes.
Matan in place for him, yes.
Yep. So, 8th minute, Arston slides the ball past the Miami defender onto Cucho, who took the shot near post, straight over Calendar's face for the goal. Unfortunately, this one was called back with an offside on Cucho.
Step over. If he wouldn't have done the step over, the pass would have been on time.
That half second.
That's right.
But in the 24th minute, Miami off a corner, the Herons score off the foot of a crew defender, but this one is called back for offside. So we were actually evened up at 1-1 with the offside calls, which that was very questionable. I don't know. I thought it was probably... Yeah, I think so, but...
When the ball was played by Messi, he was off.
We had to watch 5 minutes of VAR, which is a thing in this game.
Yeah.
So, 26th minute. Off the offside call, the ball is played high into the Miami half. Busquets goes to win the ball, but when he does, he follows through right onto studs of thigh, outstretched, Farsi, not good, not pretty. The worst part was he was going to give a yellow card to Farsi, who was down injured from getting studs to his thigh.
Upper thigh.
I'm telling you, if that's the other way, if that's the other way around, Farsi is out of the game.
Yeah. And I have a hard time with this one because Busquets definitely wins the ball fairly. He plays the ball before it goes through. But too many games we have watched where this is a foul on the offending player.
Did we talk at work today for like 20 minutes about this specific thing?
Correct.
Yes. So, yeah, I
give us the 30-second version.
I don't know if I can. And I think I'm going to anger a lot of people. I think in general, this is not a red card. He gets the ball first. If Farsi isn't there, that's how he kicks the ball. Like it wasn't malicious. He he clearly got the ball first, and Farsi went through Busquets. Like his leg went through Busquets. So that's why he had the yellow card for Farsi. But it was a 50-50 ball. And and like what Trey was saying, it's like, we've seen this in the past where it's like, it's weird and it's cleats up. He didn't mean to. It wasn't like he was going in trying to hurt him, but they get a red card. So the consistency is poor. That being said,
the dangerous play was on Busquets. Busquets was the one with his cleat up dangerously, whether he got the ball or not.
But it wasn't like I said, if Farsi wasn't there, that's how he kicks it. I watched it like 30 times today.
Well, and I'm not arguing for a red necessarily. I'm just saying Busquets was the offender.
The fact of this play is that it should have never been a yellow card on anybody. To me, like, sure, I view this as it's a bang bang play. It's an injury on the field. He doesn't have to card anybody. But for some reason, he runs over like he's going to card Farsi. It's idiotic. That's the only issue I have with it. Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
But we've seen weirder stuff where studs are shown by accident, and like somebody like rolls over the ball and like hits somebody, and they get a red card.
Right.
So it just wasn't.
So 38th minute, Redondo with the yellow for a second consecutive tackle on Nagbe. Thankfully, that guy got it. 44th minute.
Mm-hmm.
Rossi gets the ball on the attacking side of the half field, drives forward with pressure from the D, cuts in near top of the 18, shoots to the far post where it is saved by a diving Calendar. 44th minute. Hawes.
Goal for Messi. Camacho turns the ball over, attempting a long ball from the back line forward that misses Rossi and goes straight to Frey in the Miami back line. A couple of passes later, Busquets has the ball at the back half of the center circle, plays a long ball over the top that is between Camacho and Amundsen to Messi. He settles it off his chest, cuts between the two defenders. Amundsen kicks the ball, which deflects off of Messi and falls right back in front of him. Messi gets a little toe poke on it past Schulte. 0-1 Miami.
Ooh, ouch.
I tell you what, if there's any other play than Messi, Amundsen clears that one properly. I think it's one of those like, oh, Messi. And I'm like, it's a little bit of hesitation. I saw early on, there was another, like some head ball early on where people were like playing against Messi on the head ball. You can see they had like hesitation. I think Arfston has one. It's kind of like, oh, you see him going up for the header.
Yeah. So I don't disagree with you. My only issue with this is that, like, it's not on. I'm not putting this on Amundsen. I agree he probably could have cleared it off farther. But if you see when the ball is played from Busquets out of the back, Camacho is 3 yards ahead of Messi where he should be. And that's the issue. And then he's chasing the play. He's out of position. It does us no good.
Yeah, he also like stops running and raises his hand like it's a handball, and guess what? It's not a handball.
It's not a handball.
The other thing is like Messi's really good at keeping
stopping of the running.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a handball, and it's like, dog, you gotta. What are you doing? Yeah,
Tony Chani.
He's very good. Cucho's really good at this too, where they keep the ball really close to their feet, so like you don't want to poke or tackle them away because you could foul them and it's in the box.
Right.
So I saw them like kick it, and then they were kind of like all like, what do we do?
So the best part about this was it ended the first half. Oh, wait, no, it didn't. 5 minutes later in the 50th. Pause.
Yeah, no kidding.
45 plus 5, another goal for Messi. Suarez goes down easily as Camacho puts his body into him just outside the box, earns a free kick. From a little ways outside the box, Messi lines up for the free kick. Crew have a four-man wall of Nagbe, Cucho, Camacho, and Ramirez. Messi takes it with his left around the left side of the wall and in at the near post as Schulte isn't able to get over to it. Beautiful free kick.
Who was on the right side there, or the Messi's left? That
Christian Ramirez.
Yeah, he took one more little step over at it to try and stop it.
His neck went so far to the right to try and get to it, and it was still around him.
Yeah.
You needed another
person.
What do you mean? Have you gone back and rewatched his goal?
Yeah.
It is really nice, but you should still make sure that ball is way
I don't care.
on the side. It's
pretty
happen.
Good. Don't.
It's not pretty good. It didn't even go.
No. Two things. Yeah. Don't. two things there on that free kick. It's soft, but he baits him, and he's using his
100%.
dark arts, right?
And his name.
Yeah, and his name to get that free kick. But the other thing that I don't
saw him,
quite
like,
understand in this
his
one
neck
thing,
going back, and he was like chomping it.
yeah, but
Camacho.
here's the other thing though.
Camacho.
The referee in this game acted like he didn't know who Suarez is. Like that he would do all these kind of all this stuff, and he got away
Dark
with it
arts.
like every
Yes.
time.
This is what you were saying at the game.
Yeah,
The
but-
ref wasn't great.
But
But also-
either
but
way,
It's
don't
it's
foul him.
It was a
there.
foul.
Yeah, it's
It was a foul.
No doubt about
clumsy.
it.
Don't put your hands in like. Don't foul him in that area. It's that like
Again,
Camacho
it's
had a
the name.
howler.
That's his
The
no-no
name
square.
factor.
Don't do it. So
Yeah.
we go into halftime down 0-2.
Mm.
And
Let me
then-
just say that when the first goal was scored, the aforementioned, this is good. Just the side plot to this game, the Brutus guy that was next to me and Haas.
Was he dressed like Brutus?
No, he just had he was like a Buckeye fan. He like had a bunch of Buckeye stuff on.
Until halftime.
And he said when Messi scored the first goal, he was like, "That's my goat. That's my goat." And my blood just, I was mad. But I was mad. But you can't do it. I mean, I wouldn't have confronted him there. Like, it was just like, okay, this guy is an asshat. But anyway, I just want to make sure that I'm peppering in some of these plot lines as things progress on that side plot. So let's go to halftime.
All right, halftime. Cruise down 0-2. Come out of halftime. 46th minute, right off the kick. What happens, Oz?
Well, first, doesn't Brutus the Buckeye come back in a Messi jersey?
Oh no, you're right. Hold on. No, I'm sorry. You're right.
After-
No, I'm sorry.
as
No,
the game- second
I
half
forgot.
starts?
No.
timeline here.
No, there's more. Here's what happened.
more?
He scored the second goal, and then you remember right before the half, there was an offside on Cucho down by us, and Haas didn't see what the call was, and so Haas was like,
Inebriated.
"What's the fucking call, ref?" Something like that. And before, there was not a beat before this guy Brutus was like, "It's offside. Look at the ref." And Haas said, "What did you say to
I
him?"
think I was like, who's this guy?
Yeah. He's like,
Where did this
who
guy
is this
come
guy?
from?
And then I looked at him and I gave him some kind of death stare. I thought I was gonna kill him, and I could feel other people's eyes watching me. Like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna kill him? And I don't know. I got really, really mad, but I was glad to good prevailed in my mind, and then we went to half.
Then he comes back in a Messi jersey.
Then he came back in a Messi
Start
jersey, and then
the
I threw him
second
off
half.
over the railing.
and that's what I killed him. Yeah, 100%. You guys didn't say OH or anything?
Yeah.
So we go into halftime down 0-2. Buckeye comes back out in a Messi jersey. 46th minute, what happens, Haas?
Goal for Rossi. Crew kick off the second half, and the ball goes backwards, and it's passed around a few times. It ends up with Amundsen on the left, and he plays a long ball forward where Cucho is able to leap up and get his head to it, knock the ball forward as Rossi continues his run. The ball ends up at Farsi, who attempts to head it down and forward to Rossi. It bounces off of Alba, who attempts to clear, but Farsi blocks it down towards Rossi, who has found space on the right edge of the box. He takes it with his left. On his first touch, a loopy ball around a diving calendar and into the side netting. 1-2. It ends up being checked by VAR for a little bit as it was close to offside, but was not. The left
We're
foot
back,
of
baby.
Busquets
We're back.
kept him on.
The best part, I'm texting, let's fucking go to my friends who are at the game. And before I can hit send, Camacho, what the are you doing? 48th minute, Haas. Tell us.
Goal for Suarez. Kickoff after the goal takes a pass or two backwards and out to Frey on the right side, who plays a long ball over the top from the midfield towards Suarez, where Morera and Camacho seemingly have things taken care of. But as Schulte comes out to the ball, Camacho doesn't hear him, runs into him as he attempts to catch the ball, causing Schulte to drop it. Suarez follows it up, Ball bounces once. He heads it into an open net. 1-3 Miami.
All right.
I was making nachos and missed both of these.
Well,
That's how.
Nacho.
I should also add that Brutus in the Messi jersey also got nachos at that time.
Okay. 59th minute.
I hate that.
Rudy Camacho is given a yellow card for holding Suarez too tightly and not letting go. 59th minute, Cucho with the throw into Matan. Matan with the one. What?
You just breezed right over that.
It was.
No, it was the yellow. That was the first.
That was the yellow. Yeah. Which was a crap yellow, honestly. But I mean, he didn't let him go. He trying to hold him.
It was also like his third or fourth foul.
Sure,
at least.
but that's not a yellow card.
So should I wait like a minute and a half before I play the Macho Man song so that it distracts us from what happens next?
I don't want the podcast to get taken down, but I definitely want you to play it.
59th minute, Cucho with the throw into Matan. Matan with the one-touch pass over the Miami D to an on-running Mo Farsi. Farsi gets the ball in the inline, flicks it back towards the center of the Miami box. The ball is obstructed with the hand of the Miami defender. Play gets reviewed, and Columbus is awarded a penalty kick.
Before that happens, I did go over to our friend with the nachos and the Messi jersey, and I said, "Hey, what was that call?" Because he seemed to be an expert on the matter.
Okay,
it was at that time that I saw that he had
was it Weeby?
He had a very wispy mustache, and I decided that he was too young to fuck with anymore, and so I gave it up. That was the last interaction I had.
That's weird that Alfie had both a Messi jersey and that's a stray bullet that he won't ever hear.
Nope.
All right.
With that, PK taken by Cucho. He takes it with his right to the left side of the net and in.
Good job.
It was pretty good. I mean, he's had much better.
No, I mean, that one was fine.
Yeah.
He's had worse as well. Later.
63rd minute, the Camacho man goes hard into a tackle on Redondo and has shown his second yellow of the game and is sent off. 2 feet in, studs showing. He didn't touch him, but you can't do it.
Yeah.
Redondo died. He was like, "I'm dead. Wasn't touched, but I'm dead. I don't like that guy."
Was everybody at the? Yeah, he's an idiot. But he quickly stopped because he saw the red card. And he's like, "Oh, I don't have to fake it." Yeah. Okay, cool. But yeah, like
they subbed him right after because he was already on orange.
Yeah,
like,
so
he was.
Camacho deserved that red. Also, that Redondo guy deserved a red probably 5 minutes before that.
Yeah.
He had like 6 times where I'm just like, are we not carding Miami today? I guess we're not carding Miami today.
Well, he was on one already.
Right? I know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He got one early.
I tweeted out something like something to that effect, and literally when I hit send, they carded him, and I was like,
he should have had a yellow on the first foul he had on Nagby because he hit him on the heel or Achilles.
Heel. 80th minute, Matan gains control of the ball in the left channel inside the Miami half, drives forward, and plays Dewan into space. Dewan gains control, crosses the ball into the box where it's deflected off a Miami defender's hand and out of bounds. Columbus is finally awarded a penalty after a lengthy VAR review. Cucho steps up, shoots very near where his first PK was, but it's easily saved by Callender. This was the poor penalty.
That was a bad penalty.
It was terrible.
You don't take two. General rule of thumb is you don't take 2 penalties in a game, right?
Oh no! If you're Cucho, you take every penalty.
He can take them. If he hits it with pace,
you don't hit it down the center. Is the problem?
It was like soft down the center. Usually,
I thought it was like a soccer unspoken rule.
I would have been fine with someone else taking that ban. I mean, when Milan lined up again, it's easy to sit here and say, "Oh, that was a mistake." I'm not saying it was a mistake, but like, there's definitely logic in having somebody else do it.
When he walked up to the ball, though, nobody was thinking, "Oh, he should."
100%.
Right.
I know that, but I saw someone online. I don't know if it was a tweet or something on Reddit. They're like, as soon as I saw him take it, I knew he was probably going to miss. And I was like, I felt that.
I think everyone thought this game is 3-3 right now.
No,
I didn't. I thought he was going to miss it.
I didn't. I probably my fault because I probably sent some bad vibes. I had a very bad feeling when he stepped up.
Totally.
I didn't even watch it. I usually always watch it. I was like, I can't watch this.
You did this.
So
yeah, it was my fault.
Callender makes the save. 85th minute, Crew subs in Herrera for Farsi. And 90+6 AZ comes in for Matan. Game ends Miami 3, Crew 2. With the win, Miami improved to 24-8 on 68 points and captures the Supporter Shield for the most points in MLS for the 2024 season. Miami will try to best the Supporter Shield record set by New England in 2021 with 73.
Do you know who they're playing for that game? New England.
New England.
Do they always bring the Shield around
When
potentially when teams can lock it up, or is it just a Miami thing?
No, like 3 years ago, they brought a Captain America shield that they bought at Walmart before the game because they didn't have it. So that's not a thing.
MLS is going to take advantage.
I just want to mention
100%
that there were. I don't think we're going to talk about this on Thoughts and Players, so I'll put it in here. But we had a lot of really good run of play looks. Down the last half hour. What I attributed that to was that, I think this was all of our first time seeing Messi play in person. I've never really, I'm not a big Messi fan. I haven't watched him closely or whatever. At this stage for this team, he is not playing defense. No. And so when we're on offense, even though we had a red, it was really more like a 10-on-10 game. Oh, yeah. And he was literally just walking toward the center circle.
Well, Suarez doesn't get very far back either.
Well, and they're just kind of taken out of the defense. And so I think that put us in a position to really have a chance to bring ourselves back into this game, even though we were a man down, and just didn't do it.
I will say this also before rounding off on this is, like with the America game, it's one of the better games I have watched at lower.com. But the level is really good. It's two very good teams, just like when it was America. And it's.
I mean, we can agree that Miami has the players, but this game was not necessarily won by Miami.
We lost it.
This was on mistakes that we made that they capitalized on.
Yeah, they didn't win. We lost. I think that's a really good take. Also, we should shout out before we go to break. This was the highest watched MLS game of all time at 20 point some million.
I don't know if that stat was right or not.
Is that a verified thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
believe
it.
Per the internet.
Per Twitter.
We read it on the internet, although
per a Twitter account.
Yeah.
Per my Twitter account. I was like, there's 20 million people.
It could be globally. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
it was on Apple and on
Fox.
Yeah.
And the top two teams.
And I figured out how to not have Twellman, and I ended up getting Doran. And I was like, that's the first time I've done that. And if you haven't done that, do that.
Yes.
Doran is so much better than everybody else.
I did that this weekend.
Yeah.
I overheard that our friend with the nachos and the Messi jersey, he did not know who Taylor Twellman was. So that was
Get out.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
This episode of the Upper 90 Club is brought to you, as always, by Supporter Supply Company. Hi, friends. This is your good pal, Morgan Hughes, here to talk to you about a serious issue facing 96% of all crew supporters in Columbus. Why, not enough free shipping, of course. For a limited time now, through the eventual heat death of the universe, Upper 90 Club listeners can use the promo code Upper90Boys. That's boys with a Z on the end of it, at checkout for free delivery on absolutely any order over $10. But Morgan, what if I order $10 worth of stickers, or those goddamned buttons, or some other combination of small items that make you want to kill yourself? Will the free shipping still apply then, even as you curse our family, while you package up our little tiny annoying ass order for us? Of course it will. That's just how much we here at Supporter Supply value our friends at the Upper 90 Club. So head on over to supportersupply.co and use the promo code Upper90Boys. That's boys with a Z at checkout for free shipping on all your orders over $10. And don't forget to tell them that your friends at the Upper 90 Club sent ya.
All right, we're back. Let's jump into the Philly game. A lot of talk about this. What we were going to do. So I'm anxious to remember what those lineups were. Trey, set the stage, please.
Saturday, October 5th, 2024, in the friendly confines of lore.com, the Crew faced off against Philadelphia Union in front of a reported 20,788.
It must be a record.
Yep, close to it. It was a beautiful fall evening with the temperature at 65 degrees at kick. The Crew dominated the Union in the majority of statistical categories, including possession, total shots, shots on target, big chances, accurate passes, corners, touches in the opposition's box, and last but not least, the most important stat, which means only what you want it to mean, XG, with an advantage of 1.32 to 1.0 in a 5-goal game.
Yeah. Also, we didn't talk about last game how we had under 2 XG, but we had 2 penalty kicks. Shouldn't penalty kicks be 1?
Interesting.
And who proceed?
I don't understand. Haas, give us his lineups.
Crew started with Rossi, Cucho, and Ramirez up top. Dujo, Nagby, Shambo, and Farsi across the middle.
Woo.
Amundsen, Chaberco, Herrera in the back. Schulte in goal. Missing from the full roster, Camacho on red card. Morera with the ankle injury. Zawadzki with the rib injury.
Well, this one acted quickly. 4th minute. Haas, break it down.
Goal for Cucho. Shambo takes a corner kick in front of the east side of the Nordeck.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Cucho is able to beat his man with a late run to the near post and get up in front of Harriel to head it down and in. 1-0 Crew.
Gave him the old head beat. So, 6th minute, Cucho with the bending
I'll allow
cross onto the head of Christian Ramirez. Huge save by Andre Blake. 10th minute, Cucho with the laser. That is once again saved by Blake. And then more pressure in the 14th minute. Oh, no, I apologize. 14th minute, Herrera providing a lot of pressure with a tackle from behind that earns him a yellow card on Ure. Can we say Ure? 25th minute, Union get one back. Haas.
Goal for Harriel. Free kick for Philly right outside the box. Very similar to where Messi's free kick was from. Elliott blasts a low shot with his right through the 6-man wall where Schulte is able to make a great diving save, but he can't hold on to it. Dujo and Baribo fight for it, but the ball falls to Harriel inside the 6 where he drives a shot back across and into the far side of the net. 1-1.
Dang it.
Man. Good save. He parried it away. It was a good save.
A little bit against the play. Just
Very good.
Yeah, it was definitely against the run of play.
A little bit.
But all right,
And
41st
Jones
minute.
was very close. I mean, I think he touched it twice there, once with his head and once with his feet, in attempting to clear it, and it just couldn't get it out.
You would think 2 touches would be enough, but not
That's what
quite.
she said.
Yep. Well, it was most.
She said that?
Yellow card for both of you. Proceed.
Oh, we got the cards out.
41st minute. Haas, break it down.
Goal for Farsi. Dujo throws the ball in from the left side of the attacking half to Shambo, who passes to Cucho. He then cuts the middle of the field, passes to the right to Rossi. He takes a few touches forward, passes to Farsi at the right corner of the box. He slows up on the ball as Herrera makes a run around his right side, pulls Wagner, which opens up space for Farsi to play a ball through to Rossi. He turns and shoots. Blake makes a big save from close range, but the ball bounces off of him and to the left side of the box where Harriel just gets a touch on it, but the ball's still loose in the box. Farsi's able to beat Sullivan to it, shoot with his left from near the PK spot into the net. 2-1, 4th goal of the season for Farsi.
Good job.
Yeah, cruising. We had a lot of good play in that board.
Well, and he drifted across the box from where he passed it to Rossi. Like, the fact that he was in the right position for that was fantastic.
Nazi ball.
Crew goes in the half, up 2-1.
As it should
61st
be.
minute, Crew brings in Derek Jones for Darlington Nagby. 73rd minute, Crew brings in AZ Jackson for Rossi and Arston for Farsi. 76th minute, Haas.
Good up.
Goal for Cucho. Shambo takes a corner kick from the southwest corner of the stadium. It's driven into the box where Cucho again makes a late run near post, beats his man, gets up again in front of Harriel, heads it down and back across the goal into the far side of the net. 3-1 Crew lead.
Yeah, Shambo should be taking all in-swingers from the one side, and Rossi should be taking the in-swingers from the next. And we
Well, that
will
one was
win
an
the World
outswinger.
Cup.
Did you guys see the?
What'd you say?
Did
It
you
was
guys see
an
the
Audi?
video? Did you see the guy that shot that in that like the high def after?
Yes.
Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Tw-
2
this
minutes
is a-
later, though.
a Twitter
2
cut.
minutes later, somebody chokes it up. Go ahead and tell them about it, Hawes.
Goal for McGlynn in the 78th. The crew were working the ball around, trying to play out of the back. Durjo passes forward to AZ, who plays a ball directly to Wagner, who drives forward to the edge of the box, drops an awkward pass back to McGlynn, who shoots hard with his left to the far post and in. 3-2.
Whoa. So, not sure what happened. We've watched it a few times,
Yep.
but Nancy was extremely upset. So, 81st minute, you have Taha Habroon coming in for AZ Jackson, who played a total of 8
Hold on,
minutes.
didn't he just come in?
He did. Matan in for Shambos. 90 plus 2. Chaberko earns a soft yellow for the tap of the legs on a Union forward. That ends the game with the crew up 3-2. And with the win, Columbus improves to 17-6-9 and clinches second place in the Eastern Conference for the playoffs.
1769.
Since he's lost.
Currently, Philadelphia sits 3 points out of a playoff position in 11th, and they play Cincinnati on decision day to try and earn a playoff spot.
Ooh, I love that. I love
Gazdag.
that. Gazdag.
Yes,
I mean,
dang
putting
it.
through 3 past Blake is impressive. I was kind of worried.
Hey, I don't think we saw the younger Sullivan, but the older Sullivan actually impressed me. He was pretty good.
Quinn?
Hey.
Yeah, Quinn's actually a really good player.
Can we talk about when we first started this podcast? I've been waiting for this. When we first started this podcast,
You
DC
said
's still
DC
terrible.
was going to make the playoffs.
and where are they now? Possibly not making the playoffs. No, we were asking like before Nazi got hired, like, oh, who do we want to see on the team? And I pulled out of my butt Quinn Sullivan, and you guys are like, who is that guy? And Diego Luna. And you guys are like, oh, who are these people? Blah blah blah. Where are they now?
Because
Where are they now?
Eight
barely
deep
in
into the
playoff
U.S.
contention.
men's national team.
They actually are not in playoff contention. Yeah, good point.
There you go.
But both those players are sick. Just saying. So I predicted the future. Anywho.
I mean, they're decent MLS players, but
yeah, but they're also
Same.
like babies. They're like 12.
Babies.
Babies.
Before we go to break, we have something from Steve Sirk.
This is Steve Sirk, and this is a Sirk stat.
Okay, top 3 slots in the East are locked into place. Number 1, Miami. Number 2, Columbus. Number 3, Cincinnati. Orlando controls their destiny for 4th, which could potentially, if there are no first-round upsets, set up a rivalry-loaded Eastern Conference semifinal round of Miami-Orlando and Columbus-Cincinnati.
Ooh, what's left of Florida, to be honest with you?
Oof.
Papa Milton's coming through.
That's just a little insensitive.
that's too soon.
Yeah, very soon.
It's actually
between storms.
currently
Way
happening.
too soon. Hours too soon.
Well, I don't take it back.
Uh,
I still don't take it back.
still,
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
I'm thinking about it. I don't love Florida. I'm not like a Florida guy.
yeah, but these-
You guys are all Florida
human
guys.
beings.
But Florida kissed
No.
up there. Come on,
Have
man.
you met the people in Florida?
It's not the people in Florida that are the problem.
There's
Keep
fine
Key
people
West.
on
It's
both
every Florida
sides.
in the people.
No,
I've
it
said
is
it
probably the
before.
worst state, one of the worst states in the lower 48.
Yeah,
for sure.
we are the northern Florida, so we're not great either.
We are pretty awesome.
You know, that's the direct translation of Nordec, is Northern Florida. Okay.
Northern Florida.
Norfolk?
Let's see. Eastern Conference semifinal round of Miami, Orlando, and Columbus, Cincinnati.
That'd be
That
fun.
would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be fun. And then, with the Eastern Conference final.
I don't know. I kind of like. We would be hosting that. this year.
Oh yeah.
I kind of enjoy the fact going there and just beating them in front of their fans.
Yeah,
but
and also they do worse at home, right? Like we'd rather them.
And
play.
they don't have fans, right? It's just like Messi fans.
They've won 3 more away games.
Did I
than
hear
home
something?
games this year.
I heard this on Aces for sure, that they don't have a official supporters group, and
so technically
they could not receive. They couldn't retain the supporters shield. They could just party with it for a little bit.
They don't have a supporters group that is
through ICS or whatever,
sanctified. Sanctioning body.
Dude, they
supporters groups.
They kept showing on the broadcast.
Council. That's what it is.
Yeah, they kept showing on the broadcast like a live shot from the stadium where their quote unquote supporters were at. There was like 32 people there. It was the most ridiculous cutaway. Every time they scored, it's like the fans are going nuts, and it'd cut and it'd be like 30 people outside of the stadium. Like it didn't make any sense.
There's Messi fans, and then there's
Miami fans.
Nobody other fans.
And I'm actually okay with Messi fans.
So
like, it's fine.
Currently, if the playoffs started today, and I know some of this will be different, especially at the bottom, but for what it means for us right now is we'd be playing Red Bull in the 2-7 matchup. Cincinnati would play Charlotte in the 3-6. And then
I don't think they get past Charlotte.
It would be at home for Cincinnati, so they're not playing on turf. It would help. On the other side of the bracket, in the Eastern Conference, you'd have Orlando playing NYCFC and Miami playing whoever makes it to the wild card, either
That's
Montreal
a good
or
game right now. New York
or Philly.
Yeah, NYCFC is.
Well, I'm pretty. Well, keep in mind too, they switched, so the first game match is home away home.
Yep.
After
which is
play-in match.
Yes.
After the play match, correct.
So I will take Red Bull or FC Cincinnati Charlotte right now all day long.
Yes.
I just don't want to play in Charlotte.
I just don't want to play Charlotte. Yeah.
Well, it's not Charlotte the team.
Vibes,
it's
dog.
playing in their stadium because it's a home away.
We won't play in Charlotte because we're the higher seed.
It's home away.
Oh, well, okay. Well, we get 2 games at home.
If they end up the 7 seed, because New York has 47, Charlotte has 48.
I feel like there's a time to
and New York
discuss
City
these
is 50.
things.
Yeah, I'm with Mort. Let's go to break. We'll be right back.
Tip of the hat, club. This is Stacy, president and supreme leader of the Upper 90 Run Club, and I have a few important announcements for you. This campaign season, I feel for all the candidates vying for office, and I wish them all the best on election day. I don't like to run for office. I just like to run. Yay! And if you do too, I want you to join the club. It's easy to join, and it's a great way to engage with the crew community while being active. Download the Strava app and search for Upper 90 in groups.
So easy.
Also, grab some swag. My subjects have informed me that the Run Club now has official race kits available for purchase.
That's right.
Go to supportersupply.com and you can find the race kit by searching Upper 90. They look good and they feel great too.
It's a smash hit.
Anyway, I'm gonna hit the bricks, but I can't wait to see everyone in the club soon. My name is Stacy and I approve this message.
Okay, we're back. We have many thoughts and players to discuss, so...
Thoughts and players.
Let's start with Cucho. Who is he?
One.
The mythical.
Well, he is the man.
I saw that he liked your post the other day, Benny.
Yeah, I know. That post blew up. I wasn't ready for
good
that.
Job.
He just seems like such a nice guy. I was watching on Reddit somebody, or actually it was on MLS, the MLS subreddit. I don't know why I was there. I'm a sicko. But yeah, someone was people were commenting like, yeah, we saw that, and we saw like kind of how he's been, where they always thought he was a hot-headed like D-bag guy, but since he kind of got put on timeout by Nancy and just how he's responded, yeah, I guess it seems like a lot of people have like grown to really respect him, not just like, oh, he's just like a Benteke, like he's just like a one-hit wonder or just like a hothead striker. They're like, oh, he's like legit captain material, especially after he came out. We talked about it 2 pods ago or whatever about him learning English so he can be a proper captain, which I thought was just awesome. Like, I don't know.
No, I think in the post you sent out was where he was walking over to AZ after the game, and really like you can see him giving him a like kind of a chin up, pep talk kind of thing, and it's pretty awesome to see because that was a brutal 8 minutes for AZ, and it's brutal when you get subbed out in the second half.
Yeah,
as you got subbed in. That doesn't happen. That's usually considered very ballsy of the coach because you can actually get the team players and also people against you that way. And because that's kind of the total humiliation as a player. That's the biggest humiliation as a player you can get. Is
100%.
To get the hook.
And he going in saying like, "Hey, we chin up. We know what you did. It's fine, and move on." And that's kind of the non-C's take as well. In the presser, right?
I was thinking maybe he said something like, look at me. I was just on timeout a few months ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm speaking English and I'm captain material. So.
I can see this. I can put together 3 letters, and that's MVP.
Yeah. Yeah, he's making his case for it.
But I'm not sure it's quite a player of the match day. That's a lot of words right there.
Yeah, I mean, shouts to Cucho before. So we have here, it says, with the 2-goal night and Saturday's 3-2 win over the Philly Union, the Colombian striker now has 19 goals and 13 assists this season. Good for 32 goal contributions. Contraband. That surpasses Stern John's 1998 season, 31 goal contributions, 26 goals. Man, 26 goals is bananas. And 5 assists.
Does that count?
Crew.
Like, is that including like the penalties from the midfield kind of goals too? You think?
I didn't dig in that hard.
Yeah, we might have to look into
Gross.
that.
It probably does.
Yeah.
Well, between that and the Miami game, he did get player of the match day.
Yeah.
Well, PKs weren't taken that way. That was only after to settle ties, I thought.
Correct.
Yeah. But
it wasn't like you get fouled in the box, so you have a sprint or something like that. That would be bananas. Handball in the box, go to the other field and start running towards this guy.
Let's be real too. The league is very different today than it was.
Yeah, and the play's different. Like a striker up top doesn't get a lot of assists. Ergo, Stern John with 26 goals and 5 assists. I would wonder how many assists that Benteke has. I guarantee it's 5 or less. Like he scores goals, but he doesn't. That's like he's a one-dimensional player, and I think Cucho is absolutely
vertical.
He's yeah, exactly. Cucho's up, down, sideways, rhombus.
or rhombus. We talked about.
He has 5 assists. You were spot on it for the whole season.
Yeah, we didn't win the Supporter Shield, but all the things we've accomplished since he's joined the club, I think he's the. I would argue that I would want him over anybody else in the league on my team at this point, more than Messi.
Oh no,
for sure.
Like they keep saying, he got that dog in him, right? Like it's kind of like he's a bulldog when he comes out there. He's intense. He like the intensity of the game rises when he's on the field.
And he fits in the system well too. You just I don't know, it's easy to want to keep him because we're doing so well and he's so much a part of that.
Or the rotation, the fact that he can play a number 9, he can play on the in like a 7 on the wing or whatever. He rotates around, he drops deep. Sometimes you find him in the middle of the field, right?
You'll catch him playing defense and like stopping a breakaway, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I think
all
one
the
of the
way
quotes
back
from the weekend was about him saying that he believes in himself and he believes in changing the way that they're going to score goals, like just constantly, so that teams don't know what they're doing.
Believe in the ball and throw yourself.
I mean, that sounds like gobbledygook, but sweet, because he's scoring in every way possible. What do you have? Headers and all sorts.
The fact that he's so good with his head and he's under 6 feet is wild.
Yeah, but I mean, again, speaking to the AZ thing, we saw him after when AZ after they scored. He came up and grabbed the back of AZ's hair, I think.
That was after Cucho's second header goal. Right before the Philly kickoff is when that took place, which it was weird timing.
Oh, so, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think it was more of like a pump-up thing. I don't really have any hair, so I don't know what it feels like to get it pulled. You know what I mean?
Just falls out when that happens.
It's just gone. So, it just seems like he's, and it also speaks to my tweet that I tweeted out, which was when Nagbe came off the field, he immediately handed the captain's armband to Cucho. And then subsequently we saw him, after the game, not only like score 2 goals in that game, get the winning goal, but turn around and talk to AZ at the end of the game where it looked like he was just saying like, hey man, you got this. You're good. Because I think did everybody rewatch AZ's 8 minutes?
Yeah,
they weren't bad. In fact, there was two different like exchanges. One where he was almost on a breakaway and cut it back.
That's where it led to the corner that Cucho scored on. Yeah,
it was great. And then it just happened that they played him in the middle. He tried to flick around what's his face, McGlynn, and it didn't work out. And they capitalized on it. But it's not like he stopped running after that. He chased down the ball and tried to stop.
No, but he chased down the player. He just like jumped on his back.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Which is like what they tell you to do is like if you lose the ball, that's fine, but go get it back.
I think there's probably
something else.
Something that in the book of Nancy that you never do, and he did that one thing. And the second it happened, Nancy decided right there and then it's like he gone.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to point out is when we first got him, I said I was on Reddit and I saw that the St. Louis people said, yeah, he's good, but he has a bad attitude. So I went back and read to every single word of exactly. I had the password and you would be shocked to know what the password is.
Travella.
You know it too? No, but I went back through and like everybody, I didn't find that again. Like I didn't see anybody say, everybody said, great first season. They struggled this season. He's going to fit in great with Nancy. I didn't see one bad thing. So wherever I first read that, I'm a liar.
Can I jump over to the Philly game where we did see a lot of these other players coming in there? We talked about AZ and talking about how good and how much I like to have Nchambeau in the midfield.
Yeah,
he looked like he felt really at home in that position.
He did. For his other team, wasn't he in like a number 10 holding kind of a playmaker midfielder?
He was. I believe so. And I mean, he looked like he's been in that game. He looked like he's been playing there the entire season. I mean,
so far,
he looked very, very comfortable.
When he's come in for us previously, though, he's one of the top 3, right?
Correct.
The rotating top 3.
So
this time he was in the midfield.
This is the first time they used him in the midfield, and I think he like kind of instead of Matan, I think, right?
Yeah.
So I think that suited him very well. Also, Jones had a pretty good game. That's one of the best games I've seen him in.
I would even say Herrera too in the back as a substitute for Herrera. I think he can play on the wing. I wasn't in love with his forward play as much, but man, in a back 3 where he's able to get forward and be that like random, no one can guard him because no one knows what's happening because defenders running at you.
And he's going to get
awesome.
He's going to get one of these bombs. He has a shot.
It's not bad.
Sooner or later, he's going to get one of those on target, and there's going to be the net's going to be bulging, and it's going to be fantastic.
Okay, take it easy, Mort.
You're on a yellow. Okay. Also, it's like a homonym with Moreira, so it just fits in well.
I know what a homonym is, so no reason to talk about that.
Let's jump to the international window. This is another one of these games that we're playing. We're playing it because this is a deferred game from our crazy schedule earlier in the season. No one else is playing. Well, no other respectable teams are playing. this weekend.
True.
What's the other one? Is we playing New England, and then LA is playing somebody
Oh yeah, on Sunday.
on Sunday. Yes.
LAFC is playing. I don't know who they're playing.
Before we move on, I want to highlight the fact that when there's a weekend where there's only 2 games played, they manage to hey, maybe we should
Stagger.
have one game on Saturday and one game on Sunday, and we're not going to have all the games at the same time.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
there's 15 games going on, it's being we're going to give 2 windows, and we're going to have all the games right at the same time.
It is crazy they don't stagger
I
football does. There's Thursday night.
I think it's because they think everybody's going to tune into 360, which I have to admit I do after I watch our game.
But they can still do that. They could do 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon. You know what I mean?
4 in the morning?
4 in the morning,
4 games in the morning.
4 at supper time.
Okay. Well, on Sundays they don't want to
MLS is
compete
on
with the
a
NFL
bagel.
at this time of year.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
Earlier in the year, I don't know.
Yeah, I still don't understand it. And we can go back to winter when we're playing in the cold of night.
I will say that this past Sunday, apropos to this discussion, we ordered a pizza bagel for the kids at the local bagel shop, and they asked us if they invented the pizza bagel, and we had to.
It's a real coming of age.
Yeah, we had to. Totino was mentioned. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So we're playing Revs this weekend because of a rescheduled game, but there's this international break.
Missing Schulte, Hagen,
yeah,
Cucho, Farsi, and Taha. Taha for the US U20. Okay, sure.
And Marrero would be called up, but the crew worked with Cape Verde and said he couldn't make it because he's recovering from his ankle injury from the Miami game.
Taha would have been better off playing for the crew this weekend than playing for the U20.
There's a chance Bush could be healthy for the game. He's been out for 6 months from his broken arm, but they did not put him on the season-ending injury list because they're praying that he is back in time for this match that they knew was coming.
He'd probably be better with he'd tape one arm to the back and he would just jump around with
I think it would be
even.
I think it'd be the best if they just started Zawa in goal.
Just Zawa's back,
broken rib,
yeah,
hospital bed. We're not putting Romero in. That guy is a loose cannon.
Yeah. And so that is the result. The likely result here is that we're going to have Romero in starting against New England.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's not. I don't think this game can be a
He will be starting.
Yeah.
And Cucho won't have any goal contributions to add to this match, but possibly more in our final match of the year.
See, that's another thing. I didn't even think about that part of it, is the fact that we played these games so your MVP doesn't have a chance to boost his stats, right?
Yeah, but
And that's not
also
the first
Messi
time.
missed half the season, and his stats are still kind of...
Yeah, but they're still going to vote him for the MVP because they all just want to suck his
ankle.
Finish.
Okay.
Finish what you
Big
were going to
toes.
say.
Finish him.
Okay.
Finish him.
All right, let's read the internet. Haas, you take this first one just because of the whole, vibe of the poster here.
Well,
Max has red hair. You've got red hair.
He looks like a missing Haas.
the MLS wrap-up show, Sasha Kleshchin came out saying that all of a sudden now, since Miami won the Supporter Shield, it's now better than the MLS Cup.
Why did he say that?
Because he's never won an MLS Cup and he's only ever won a Shield.
Yeah, he was
himself.
smirking.
Yes.
This was a total troll move. He's conjuring Alexi Lawless on this take.
And I don't think we mentioned the fact that after the Messi beat us and won the Shield, they were selected for the FIFA World Cup because
Is that
they won the
official yet?
Shield.
Club World Cup.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think-
official.
I don't. It is official.
FIFA, quote, I have what do you call bunny ears? Is that what you call it?
Bunny ears.
Uh-huh.
it said,
air quotes for the rest of the world.
Said that because they won the Shield, they are now selected for the FIFA World Cup, which is interesting because there wasn't
Club
a
World Cup,
requirement. Club World Cup requirement before they won it, and that started that discussion around, what is the Shield is so much bigger than the Cup in a way. The true best teams win the Shield.
And so I really appreciated the take from Dax McCarty, who on Twitter said, up until 2020, the Shield winner played every team in the league. That isn't the case anymore, which unfortunately devalues the Shield. Best/most consistent team usually wins it, and that's a fact. However, I would trade both my Shields in for a cup and a ring because playoffs and America.
America.
Yeah,
wait,
he's
Dax
right.
said that?
Yeah. Dax
That
is awesome.
was perfect.
Yeah.
In the podcast. Good.
I think that's the best argument, and I'd seen some other people say stuff similar, but I appreciated it coming from someone who has two Shields.
Yeah.
And we did this after the Miami game. We went through, when I say I informed you, and I made a list of kind of like who's playing who. And like one team is playing like Kansas City, Austin, the crossover games.
Right.
And then the other team is playing like LAFC and Seattle and, whoever.
Portland.
Portland and so on.
And
it's
playing
not,
10 fewer games while they're at it.
Because of all the,
right.
I really, really want the Shield to be the one that actually matters more. But
I like that.
Because of this reason, it's not. And it won't ever be unless they go to some other format. But it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. I think there's I think there's a middle ground where right now the supporter shield doesn't matter. Also, I did not realize that it was like for the supporters and you had to have like a supporter group to like take it, which seems crazy. Whoever thought this up was an idiot, but it should just be like league winners. I wish they would put like a shield.
It was Brian McBride came up with this idea.
Sorry, Brian.
Lamar.
No, I think it would almost be better if they put the shield or because it is a great accomplishment to go through an entire season, like 3/4 of a year, and have the best record. I think that is important.
Yeah, but I don't disagree with you, but if you're playing teams that aren't as tough as other
if you're not
teams,
playing every team, it devalues it 100%.
And you can't play all the games, so the only way this is going to matter is if you actually get tiered.
But it is a feat, and
and
I wish they would put the shield that instead of putting the stars above it, put like literally a circle or a shield below the badge, or like on the shorts, or like in the hem.
Oh, man.
Put it on the back of the shorts.
Put it in your
Circles.
butt. It doesn't matter. Make it something.
The shorts only have 2 stars. Is that
still?
Yeah,
I haven't paid attention to it.
No, I
recently.
noticed in the last game.
No,
you don't stare at their shorts, Hobbs?
People have been complaining about it all year long.
There's a thing for I think
there were claims that the shorts were lagging behind, but at this point,
Morgan at Supporter Supply, he can fix that up.
No.
He's fixing up old
jerseys.
jerseys.
Next year, 3 stars because right now they have that extra star above. And then next year we'll move down. You have 3, and then the new logo on the leg. So right now it's like not a part of. Yeah, it's intentional. I think. So now it's like you
because of gravity, it goes down.
Yeah, it goes down. Just like when you get older, everything seems to drop down.
And the third one drops down. So let's talk. Let's jump back to
one of them heals.
Talk back to the shield. I think of it kind of like in the Olympics or in a race. In a race, you can set the world record on the way to the final and lose. Right. And like I see it in a similar way. Like you have to there's only one gold medalist in an event. And that's how we see the MLS Cup in this league. And I agree with you, Trey. Like you're watching any other league, I think it should stand on its own, and maybe you do the tournament during the season. Maybe you call it something like the U.S. Open Cup
is back.
Right?
But to your point, this is the American way. I mean, I remember one of my first experiences with American sports was I came to Missouri and we had the best what do you call it? Guest show on turf with the St. Louis Rams,
Right.
and they like beat everybody, and then went to the Super Bowl, and then they ended up losing to some kind of rookie quarterback called Tom Brady, right? And they were like by far the best team all year. They were like, I think they were almost undefeated in regular season, whatever else. But you know what? This rookie came on, like nobody remembers that they were so good. And that's kind of the American way. I mean, that's just how it is.
So
we do it through high school.
Yeah.
We do it through college. We do it on all levels in America. That regular season doesn't really matter. It's the playoff that matters.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, make it put a circle on your stuff. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not down with that.
I don't know. I'm not against that.
Maybe
But
like
the only,
for the
only
one
reason I guess
season.
you give something
Maybe for like the
Cincy to put
next
on their
season,
jersey.
you could do it.
Everybody in the world, like everybody other, does they have playoffs in Liga MX? Did I just have a brain fart?
No, they don't.
So
They just have
pretty,
two league.
Right.
Yeah.
Cycles.
and they were saying like the EPL and stuff like that. If they were made today, they would make it like how we did it because it's a good business model / like it's fun. It's fun. I love expanding the NCAA football. Love it. All for it. As a consumer, I love it. But actually, for the crew, I'm kind of like really tired of games this year because we've had so many. It's been exhausting. But
that's another reason why the Shield doesn't matter as much is because we're not all playing. Yeah.
If the Shield mattered, if Shield really mattered that much, we probably would have the Shield this year.
Yeah, because we would have chosen.
We would
our
have
shots
prioritized
differently.
our games in the league, knowing that we're just doing good enough, right? How many games this year early in the spring did we do good enough? We have 5 ties in a row. Just like that's good
and
enough.
I think somebody mentioned
CCC.
are we going to look back on this and as a chance that we could have gained a lot of points?
No, we talked about this before. We will go for it every time, and we should have won it. And we did the right thing. We did the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my hot
and
take.
we won Leagues Cup too, guys.
Yep. Oh,
how about that one? Anything
How about
else?
that one?
Anything else from the internet?
Yeah, I pulled.
boy.
I want to say this was this from. Is this from Twitter? KC Bus 96 at KC Bus 96. I think it's Reddit. Nope, it is 100% Twitter. Said, "Oh my God, did this happen because Schulte and Camacho couldn't hear each other over the jackhammer? Do we have a jackhammer? Okay.
Traditions. Hashtag.
Fake tradition.
Can we be done with the jackhammer? It is the dumbest thing.
But it's so intimidating that it intimidates people to score goals.
You know what? You know what?
Because
For me,
immediately.
hold on.
happened twice in
It
1
happened
week.
twice.
Can we take like a little cue from the Blue Jackets? Because the Blue Jackets have the cannon, and the cannon is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty
loud.
cool.
Why don't we have the dynamite and just a massive explosion that just goes off?
Or just a gun.
Traumatize anybody.
Just a gun.
Could you imagine the century room at that point?
You know what? Someone in the stadium gets a random gun, and that person gets to shoot, and we score. It's just one gun with one bullet. It can be
no, mine's at least
let me put it like
construction
this.
related.
a cannon.
Exactly.
No, that's the Blue Jackets. We should have dynamite.
But we have the
that's Tom
games,
Green.
right? We have
That's
the
Tom
game
Green.
uniter.
Yeah,
but
you're
it's
right.
not nearly loud enough.
Yeah, well, we can't. They haven't been allowed
That
to do the
cannon at the
flames.
Blue Jackets games is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that is scary.
But it's also just
Tight.
one and done, and it's before play starts.
Maybe they can keep it a little shorter and not like you've hit the
Right.
concrete thing breaks after the
It's
first
already
thing.
broken before
And
they
they
even
keep-
put the jackhammer to it, and then they just
pipe in
run it on a metal plate.
jackhammer sounds.
Right.
But I would say
We can do
this.
dynamite, just real dynamite.
No,
and do it quick, right? Just get it over with.
Maybe time it right, and
one and done.
Make sure you don't do it during play or something like that. Somebody going to be like, "Hey," they're waving their arms and saying like, "Hey, you better stop it because we're in play now."
We have a goal song. When this all started,
you know
because
the song,
Apple
right?
Apple was like, yeah, so Apple was like, you have to have a thing. So like when Apple did their original like what ya happens, like the crew was like, we've had this. Our thing is Wiseman at the beginning of the game. It's unique.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable. Anybody who's
by
done
the way,
it is like,
and some of these games we've been having, it was so good. Some of the last games here have been fantastic.
That's
Just
our
have
thing.
someone come over the loudspeaker and say "jacking it" and
Jack
go through the little
Russell
brick
Road.
like done.
But I
would take Jack and it coming over the loudspeaker.
Careful, dude.
I don't. Hey, I don't hate it.
Get a macho man.
I
here
think.
real quick.
I think after a couple of years now, like as
I hate it.
No. But can you imagine? Like we think it's annoying. You think how annoying it must be for like an away player? Like if you just scored on us.
No,
and now we have
I would be embarrassed if that was my team.
100%. I would hate it if I was
apologizing to the visiting fans.
I'm so sorry.
Visiting team.
I'm so sorry.
Well, that was their claims that it's intimidating the other team.
Yeah.
No, annoying. Annoying is the word I was looking for.
Okay. Watching
annoying us.
watching other hockey players literally duck and cover when that cannon goes off.
That's what I'm saying. Give a child a gun. Let
on,
him
man.
or her just shoot it when we score.
Mute yourself. We got other things to talk about. We've reached the end of the internet. We're not reading that one that you're highlighting. I see you over there.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right. We'll be right back.
Hello, Adam Hernandez here, fellow crew fan and Columbus-based artist, muralist, and designer. When I'm not making art, I'm looking at art. And when I'm looking at art, I want it to come to life. That's why I made my new augmented reality prints. What's an augmented reality print, you may ask? Well, I make my really cool psychedelic art come to life in the palm of your hand. Check out my website, ahernandezart.com or at ahernandezart to learn more. They're really rad. ahernandezart.
Hello and good news, everyone. The Cappies have qualified for the MLS Next Pro playoffs for the third year in a row, so you could say that it's not the playoffs if Crew 2 is not in them. They went to Boston to play against the New England Civil Disobedience, the Revolution, 2 on Sunday, and won 3-1 with goals by Jaden Da in the first half, and then the Revolution 2 tied shortly after, but in the second half, Jaden Da again scored his brace, and Abubakar Keita, who many fans will remember, scored the third, sealing the victory. We did need a few more results to go our way, and luckily they did. And as such, we qualified as 7th place, whereas the top 8 teams would make to the playoffs. We passed teams like Crown Legacy and Chattanooga FC to make the playoffs. And just so, people know how close it was, the third team in the table was Inter Miami 2 with 48 points, and the 9th team, the first one out of the playoffs, had 45. 3 teams who qualified for the playoffs had 45 points. It was very close, and I'm really happy that we were able to make it. The way that the MLS Next Pro playoffs work, the top 3 teams get to choose what teams they will face in the next round on the first round of playoffs. And then that happens again, and Inter Miami 2 chose us, so we'll be the Crew 2, not me. The Crew 2 will be traveling to Miami or whatever it is that they hold these games, because the first team who actually has a game on that same day, to the first round of playoffs. And from what I've heard from our friend Kyle of the Capybara Takeover social media accounts, is that the players are happy with this choice, and I am too. I think that it's a game that we can win, and then we'll see what happens then on the semifinal. The teams that made the playoffs are FC Cincinnati 2, Philadelphia Uni 2, Inter Miami 2, Chicago Fire 2, Orlando City B, New York City FC 2, the Columbus Crew 2, and Crown Legacy FC. Very excited about this, and I'm thinking maybe if the next game is only on the 20th, so maybe if Nancy is looking to rest some players, since the first team already has secured the second place in the East of their own competition, then maybe we can see some Crew 2 players make debuts for the first team. We'll see. Again, thank you very much for everyone who, you guys for keeping inviting me, and have a good day.
We're back. Thanks, Bird. We did it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, stuff went our way. 7th.
Playoffs.
I mean, they're literally, I think there is like, ooh, all right, cool. Okay. Why am Macho Man?
Yeah.
Same song.
So they did it. So have they played yet again?
Nope.
Okay. So late in the week.
Yeah, everything gets thrown off when we don't do Sundays.
Sorry, club.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
I've heard they may adjust the MLS schedule because we're a couple days late here. So stay tuned on that.
They won't.
So Crew 2, they're going to playoffs, and I'm sure Bird reviewed everything that we need to know. I have some Run Club updates. I don't have the total pulled up here, but I looked at it on Sunday night. I think we hit like 560, 570 miles as a club.
Well, I didn't.
Which is great, coming off a 500-mile week the week prior, and then 616, notably, the week before that. I want to go through just a couple names here from last week. Nelson had 60 miles. Stacy had 45, and half of those were marathon miles, right? You guys were up in the Finger Lakes region.
Yeah.
Stop saying Finger Lakes.
I know how much we love.
How did it
was
go,
like
Mort?
texting me Finger Lake stuff, and I'm like, stop saying Finger Lakes.
How did it go, Mort? I saw that you gave her a beer immediately after the race.
This is what I do, you know.
U90C, baby.
Yes.
Oh
no! So we left early
Did
Saturday.
She have the kid on? I didn't even notice.
No. She did. She did not wear the kit.
Okay.
Yeah, she will wear it on the half.
Okay.
But she did not wear that. She wore her favorite, like, running top that she has.
But she had a good time, right?
Club, but she couldn't run in that because it was for dry cleaning. No, she ran a 3:14.
Okay.
She was on pace to like 3:07, which would have been a PR, and she was feeling pretty good. And then it kind of went a little haywire late on, but man, she's just putting up ridiculous numbers.
I want to get that for the half. Which
yeah,
is
no,
bananas.
she ran. She was.
I'm not kidding.
She was at 1:31 at the half, I think.
Nice.
So that's what we're aiming for at our half.
Eat it, Nelson. Where you at?
So, but I will tell you that she didn't get our PR. We went up there and it was beautiful. It was a cool place. It was a good little trip for us. You know, we got all the New Yorkers up there looking at the what do you call it? When the leaves are turning. Very pretty.
Fall. It's called the fall.
The Statue of Liberty.
Oh my God. You guys have no help.
The Washington Monument.
Yes.
All the leaves are brown.
Yes.
That is too. California dreaming. Okay. Priscilla had 37 and a half. Greg with the exact same. Were you guys together?
Wow.
Oh, no. No,
Maybe
Greg
they're
did
running
like
together.
way more elevation. Kaylin, Kevin, Francesca. I want to shout out number 9 last week was my sister, Mindy. And before you ask why my parents named us Mark and Mindy.
From Mork and Mindy? Please be from Mork and Mindy.
No, it wasn't. But Mark, but those are our names. So.
You think that TV show came out and they were like, "Fuck."
Yeah. Nanu.
Oh man.
So So okay, and then the leader in the club was Ben at 18.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, because Sunday. Wait, yes, I did 4-6, and So my left foot, where I was having issues, is better, but I pulled my right calf running 8 miles on Sunday.
I love the fact that we're running a half marathon in like less than 2 weeks, and I ran like 2 miles last week.
Yeah, it's gonna. So okay, so let's talk about this coming week because there's a lot of races going on. I will mention anyone who has, me included, who has ordered a run club kit. When I was talking to Morgan, it sounds like the supplier is in Georgia and was affected by the hurricane. There's a bunch of back orders, and these kits are on that list. I emailed him today because my wife is running a half up here this weekend.
What?
And she was hoping to have one, but he's working on it. He hopes that they have them this week. So if you're waiting and you haven't emailed Morgan like a psycho like me, that's what's going on with the race kits. But this weekend is the Columbus Marathon, yeah?
Next weekend.
No, it's next weekend.
Oh, it is.
But also, while you're talking to Morgan, just big shout out to him for what he does for those older jerseys, where you can just send it to him and he restores them.
Yeah, he's like restoring.
Dude, such a good
jerseys.
idea.
That's so awesome. I mean,
most people would try to make a profit from it.
Yeah, they continuously don't. Kind of like the Upper 90 Club podcast.
It's not like we're not spending any money there. So
yeah, that's also true.
Yeah,
we're keeping them afloat.
Yeah, he's anti-profit. Lauren's doing one this weekend called the Des Plaines River Trail. I run it often. It's great, but it's like a trail race. And I am going to be this Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day is one of these special days of the year where the kids are out of school, but we have them doing something. But like the daycare is open, but work is closed. So I'm going to run a solidarity half on Monday.
Wow.
So my numbers will post on Monday, and I'll just find 13 miles somewhere to run. That's my plan.
I love it. I love
Just have the
it.
beers ready for her when she's done.
Yes.
Follow Mort's lead.
Yep. I've got a fridge full of Stellas per David Beckham's recommendation.
Tastes like farts.
I brought her some pumpkin beer from the local brewery up there. That's what I did on Saturday night.
Nice.
Not my
Okay,
favorites.
let's move along to the tables.
Just tables! Tables! But tables! I can't know how to hear any more about tables.
In the East, we got Miami in first with 71 points, one game left to play. Crew in second with 60 points, 2 games left. Cincinnati in third with 56. Orlando in fourth with 52. New York City in fifth with 50. Charlotte in sixth with 48. New York Red Bull with 47 in seventh. DC in eighth with 40. Montreal in ninth with 40. And Philadelphia and Atlanta both have a chance to jump up into eighth or ninth with 37 points.
Wild.
The Yeezys is making the playoffs.
Well, if they don't
maybe.
get jumped.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Not with Wayne Rooney. Not last season when Ben said they would.
Benteke.
That was
still
a
think they're
Ben
gonna make it.
take.
I still think that. Shoot.
So, I mean, all that's locked up is
Opposite
1 through
crickets.
3. Everything
1 through
else
3,
has an
yeah.
opportunity
Yeah,
to
4,
shift.
5, 6 can shift, and then the bottom. That's wild.
So, an
This is
important
fun.
final game for most of those teams.
And then what about the Shield?
Yeah, we already did the Shield.
Well, I mean, not the Shield, but just how. But that I didn't really mean that. I mean, like Western Conference teams that are in the mix.
For home field advantage, should we make
Yes.
it far in the
Right.
playoffs? So, Miami's in first with 71. LA Galaxy has 64, and they are in second. We are in third with 60, with 2 games left. LAFC is in fourth with 58, with 2 games left.
Okay.
So both
And
LA
Cincy's in fifth with 56.
So both LA teams could jump us. Oh well, obviously one
If
is
we lost both
already.
games, they could.
And then LA Galaxy need to drop points, and we have to win. in order for us to be.
And they could tie the last game,
guaranteed.
and we'd have to win. Yeah, we just got to win out and hope.
LA Galaxy is kind of been going under the radar. They're a good team.
They're great.
And they're playing Houston on the 19th.
And I think Houston is one of those bubble teams that need to win.
Where did RSL end up? I know it's not in what we're looking at.
I think they're
in Salt
secured
Lake.
at third.
I thought it was Rio Tinto.
I'm pretty sure
They're currently in fourth.
Fourth, okay.
Wow.
They're definitely they're clinched
Houston's
though.
in fifth,
You know
Yes,
who
they are.
didn't clinch?
right on the bubble.
Oh,
You know who didn't clinch?
Eliminated.
Eliminated Austin.
Yeah.
No, I'm so sad.
That's got to be as soon as they don't make it, we should make it a day. Like you know how like Spurs and Tottenham and Arsenal have like St. Tottenham's Day or whatever. Whenever like Arsenal finishes,
we
above
don't know
them.
these things. This is something that you know that we don't know.
Basically,
Well,
we
so
should
they-
celebrate
so they-
because they
they
suck.
fired-
So
they fired
Tottenham
Wolf, too.
celebrates everybody else's failure because of your lack of success yourself.
Yeah.
Wolf is out because he's the only reason that Austin was ever bad. It has nothing to do with their ownership group.
Dude,
or the
screw
players.
'em. Anybody who, hey, what was
It's
it?
interesting. The fans are started to see it now.
Oh no,
It's kind of
leopards ate my face.
Yeah.
So Wolf is out in Austin, and where one door closes for a former lieutenant in the Bearhalter regime closes, a window opens for Bearhalter himself, who is announced as the coach in Chicago today.
Oh, yeah, it's official now.
It's official.
Yeah, I'm not too scared.
I got one way to go, really.
Yeah, it's gonna
can't
be.
get
I mean, literally, they finished in last place.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're garbage.
Yeah. He lives here, so
They put the fire in dumpster fire. Oh, good. I don't have to put crickets. Oh, thank God.
oh, thank God.
Those are sympathy laughs.
You
Those are
created
tired
your name
chuckles.
after the one of the biggest tragedies of your city, and you expect success.
Yeah.
Yeah. So both Bearhalter and Wolf got a taste of the fire this week. Okay, so Mort, why don't you jump into the predictions table?
Ooh, it's another tight one. Speaking of clinched.
Oh yeah. So as we were talking about, we had 2 games this week, and in very short summary, Haas got 2 points, Trey got 1 point, Ben got 2 points, I got 1 point, and Marsu got 3 points this week because you had a
Look at
tie.
you, fancy
Rightfully
pants.
so.
No, hold on. You had for the goals scored, and because you had the goal and the wins in the
Yes.
Philly game, 3 goals and the wins. What does that mean? It means that I am still in the lead with 28 points, but
28.
Mars, you have pulled ahead and you are at 26 points,
Okay.
and we got a 3-way split in the basement between Trey, Ben, and Haas.
Oh,
Ready to
man.
pull out on this.
It's toit.
Who has
Toit like a toy girl.
tiebreaker?
The tiebreakers is the number of perfect scores, and looking at that right now, Ben, you have 3.
Wow.
I don't think I have
And-
any.
Haas, you have 1, and Trey, you have none.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
Yeah,
what
but-
I thought I was at.
Yeah, we still, 2 games. Are we doing playoffs? Playoffs count, or are we
No,
doing regular
We
season?
are going.
Yes.
We're going through playoffs.
Yeah. We'll
Playoffs do count? Oh, that changed.
Yeah.
They
Correct.
do. Okay. I thought it would just be like regular season.
No.
No.
Okay.
And then a reminder: so the loser has to wear the queso kit, the homemade Anthony Precourt homage.
On
Haas said he
jersey,
has
but-
something special too, as well.
Yeah, we can make
We
a
should
decision which one
We
we
should
want to
add
go with.
to it. We should add some more stuff on it there.
Is it a
Yeah.
cat hat? How do you go for that?
Could we have the guy who etched the league's cup like cross stitch our names on it each year?
We do need that.
Can we get a
need our
buffalo
names
hat?
on it.
Somehow gotta combine it with this thing right here.
Buffalo hat. Nice shout. I wasn't even here and I remember that one. Okay, so we need to do our predictions for New England coming up Saturday. You guys ready? All right, let's talk about D's next
I don't know. I thought I
You got to
was.
think about that.
I'm already sweating.
Man, I don't even know. Like,
Buckle up, Buttercup.
My tongue is sweating.
I'm not good at doing things.
You're dumb.
Hey!
Okay.
Woo-hoo!
All right. Whatever. Let's start with Ben.
Let's start with Ben.
Ben says 2-0 crew farts on Porter's shorts.
Yeah, dog.
Anything to add to that?
I don't think so. I mean,
Why
their
did you
form is
capitalize short? Why did you capitalize shorts?
Like,
Is that another person?
yeah, it's Pauly Shore's nickname. So they've lost
Ding.
2-1, lost 2-1. Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shorts.
There's two of them. There's two of them.
Okay. All right.
Tweens.
Were you going to add something to this?
Definitely not. No.
Okay. Mort says 4-1.
Yep. It's going
Trey.
to be a wicked big win. How about that?
Was that a New England?
Yeah, I kind of best I can do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Trey says 2-1. Pulling out of this three-way.
Explain that.
Yeah.
Three of us are
The
tied
Skyline.
at the bottom,
Oh.
and I want to pull out and get on top. Get ready.
I'd say we're a menage a friends downstairs. You know what I mean?
That's a second yellow. That's a red. Turn off his
Put him
mic.
on
He's
mute.
done. He's done. He cannot participate in Go
I didn't
Crew
even
Band.
finish. I even cleaned it up
Mute him.
Cut
with
that.
my mouth.
Cut that.
Oh!
Cut that. Cut that. All of this has to go.
I think it's fair game.
You lost control of the game, Mars.
What are you, the Miami ref?
Get out of here, Boyko.
Yeah. I referred to that guy at the top of my lungs as low rent Steve Kerr. I don't know if anyone else felt that way, but
Crickets.
Okay, thank you. Wait, I almost made it. Haas, you said 2-1 crickets crew. What does that mean? Can we do more crickets?
There was a lot of crickets talk recently, so that's the first thing I typed when I started.
He's mad.
CR.
Haas is mad.
They've lost 2-1 the last two games. We're without some key players.
Yeah, that's where
That's what I think is
thinking.
going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Would
Yeah, I
crickets
wasn't really
be crookets? I'm glad that got last too.
Yeah.
Back thousand.
You're flying
really
close
walking
to the
up-
sun, man. Yeah.
It's sympathy laughs
Yeah.
at this point,
I
and
said,
I'm pretty deep in my bourbon. All right.
I said 4-1. New England scores first. Porter looks excited, and then his soul leaves his body for the second consecutive time against the Crew this season.
What was
Yeah.
the first game? Was the first game like
That's what
4-1?
happened. They scored first.
yeah.
And we put
Yeah.
up.
We-
I think it
we-
was 4, and he was just like
laughing.
he was.
like,
He was
that's right, I
visibly
suck."
distraught.
Yeah.
It's just like he was wishing to either die or be transported to some other dimension.
He's like, now I got to hide from the owners again.
Yeah.
So is there really like a New England Revolution like show? Because the people are talking about it. I don't know if that's actually happening behind the scene thing. Because the crazy stuff is happening in all the games. The players are fighting. The
Oh
coaches
no, I
fighting.
think you're right. I think there is a
Like an Apple
Yeah,
documentary
behind-
or
yes,
something. Kind of
yes,
like how
a Hard Knocks kind of thing.
Hard Knocks with them, and it's a.
I think I
it's
saw
a
an
train
ad for
wreck.
that. Yeah,
is that true?
I think
so.
it is.
Is it
I
like
never- I
about how
didn't
their
see it,
fake
but-
tradition with the tee boxes died after one
It is
one
that
run?
is the funniest, most MLS 1.0
like the
thing I think
jackhammer
I've
should
ever
have died
seen.
after one run.
Yeah,
that would explain all the like nonsense drama that we keep hearing
I
about.
would argue then I went to Boston and I walked around Boston. They have like that ship in the bay there, whatever, and they
Harbor.
do toss the harbor. Thank you. And they toss. You can get on the ship as a tourist, and you can throw like tea on the ocean, and it has a rope attached to it, and you have to pull it back.
You have to pull up your own tea.
It's so dumb.
BYOT. Pull your
I
own
think
tea or whatever.
I think this spring I sent it to you all. It's the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen.
I'm gonna go there and do it.
They ought to do
Seems
it at
about
Santa
right.
Maria. Just Columbus Day, you know.
Yeah, Santa Maria, they're gonna give it a little facelift and never return.
Yep. It
Do
gone.
the
Be
Pinta
gone
Cinta
with
Santa
all the
Maria.
statues, and soon we're gonna be what are we gonna call a city? Flavor Town.
Flavor Town, baby. The Flavortown crew.
The crew.
Woo! FTC.
Go
Yeah.
Flavortown.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just the bleached tip of the iceberg. Let's
Wow. Okay.
that's- I
Not
don't know.
crickets.
Yeah.
No, I
it
like
should
it.
have been. It should have been
No.
crickets.
Disagree.
Kinda like it. I'm kinda impressed.
Okay, guys. We got 2 more this season, then we're into the playoffs.
2 of them.
And then I think we want to do some kind of we're gonna do some like giveaway stuff when the playoffs kick off, yeah? Or
Oh, yeah. We're
sometime.
Yeah.
Things are in the things, you know.
Things are in the things, so just keep listening, and then you'll find out what those things are and in which things they are.
They're gonna be the best things.
They're gonna be the best. Many people are saying these things are the best.
More than one.
Go crew. Capital.
I love you.
Thanks everyone for joining the club. We hope you'll listen next week and every week, even in the off season, to celebrate or commiserate. We'll save you a seat. If you like this podcast, please give us 5 stars and subscribe. You can email us at upper90clubpod@gmail.com. That's upper90clubpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at upper90clubpod. Go crew. I know I breezed past it, but Wolf and Bearhalter getting a taste of the fire this week was a great joke.
All right, I'll put down crickets.
Yeah.
No, dude, that was so good.
It wasn't you breezing past it. It was us.